Hey everybody, Zeus King here, coming at you live here from 8 Points Muay Thai and Fitness in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, with the owner of the gym and head trainer crew, Chris Clodfelter, and pro fighter, MMA, and Muay Thai, Mike the Boss Stevens. Welcome, fellas. Let's start off with Mike's most recent fight in USFCi this past November. And,
yeah, that fight was November 8th. He fought a very wild card, a fighter named Jeremy Joles. I've seen him fight before. I knew he was a very wild fighter, and so we worked a lot of cool things for that game plan. We knew he'd come in with wild kicks and wild takedowns, so we really worked one of my favorite things that Mike does exceptionally well. He throws a great left hook as you're stepping in, so I wanted to capitalize on that. That's one of Mike's best punches, is a short hook. He's the best in the gym in it, period, and he can land it on anybody. So we just added a step to that left hook every time he comes in to meet his chin as he comes in, because he doesn't set his kick up at all, and it worked for us every single time. He probably landed that 4 or 5 times in the first round.
Yeah, I noticed he was coming with me, like every time he kicked, he was like
wide open, wide open.
Where we had practiced it so much, I was just like, you got it.
And so how'd the rest of that fight go for you?
After that, he was just searching for the takedown, pretty much. So like I was just able to back up or cut my angles and keep it standing for a little while. Then he tried to spear me and tackle me. He got me down, but I was able to reverse it towards the end and ground and pound him out. And then he gave me a stomach. He rolled to the stomach, gave me his back, and I was able to choke him out in the second round.
Yeah, it was Mike's best. Mike's had a lot of great fights. He was super tough. He was super tough. And one of the reasons I think it was Mike's best fight was because mentally Mike was in a perfect place in the training camp, in the fight. That was probably the best. Mike's had a lot of great fights, especially since turning pro, man. I really, as soon as he's turning pro, every single fight he's got better and better and better, like climbing a mountain. And just this last fight was just a culmination of us, last 4 or 5 months.
It's the consistency that we've been training for the last 4 months.
Because he's had a fight every month or every other month in the last 4 or 5 months, and we've kept him busy, and he's rose to the occasion every single time, which definitely leads into this next great opportunity.
Yeah, so just a few weeks after that, you got the call from XFC to be in the international 145-pound featherweight world title tournament in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Coming up, tell us about how that call came about.
Well, one of the guys, I guess, that does some stuff with XFC and some, find some talent and stuff. He also works very closely with the USFFC, and he works with a lot of the MMA organizations actually. And he's like a guy in the industry that really can find some talent and stuff. So he was really approached me about it, and approached Scott actually about it. And Scott had messaged me and said, "Hey, XFC would like Mike in their 145-pound tournament. What do you think?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, we didn't even have to." Me and Mike talked about it for like maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Mike was like, "Of course, Chris, you're an idiot. Go do it." So we talked.
That was the weekend after.
Yeah, that was the weekend after his fight. So he hadn't trained, but all week he just kind of taken it easy, and so we got the call and right back in the training camp. So
it's been great.
All right, and so it's an 8-man tournament. Tell us about much about the guy you're going to face in the opening round.
Yeah, first guy I'm fighting, he's actually from Brazil. 5-0, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, probably the favorite over me. I'm definitely the underdog coming into this, being the only guy from America, but I'm pretty excited about it. I think I'm gonna take all these guys out. I'm coming down to 145. I'm gonna be a little bit bigger than these guys. I'm quicker than these guys too. I know I am. So standing up is gonna not be a problem. My takedown defense, thanks to Chris and this my training partners, has gotten tons better.
And Mike's no slouch on the ground too. Like, even though our number one style is Muay Thai, it's like Mike's the same way as I was when I was fighting, and we are Muay Thai fighters fighting in the sport of MMA. We're not the other way around. We're not MMA fighters. We are Muay Thai fighters that are fighting in the sport of MMA, and we're not scared to do that. We use on our elbows, using our knees, using our body kicks. We'll body kick somebody even if they're NCAA wrestler. It doesn't matter, because our confidence is Muay Thai. But everything in our game plan sets our Muay Thai up, so we're not slouches on the ground.
We're not idiots.
idiots. You know, we're not dumb. We're not idiots. Mike trains his ground just as hard as his stand-up. It's just our preference is to stand up and bang. And in MMA, MMA, you don't some guys like the ground more, some guys like wrestling, some guys don't like to strike. There's a lot of guys that like to strike. There's a lot of good strikers out there, but there's a lot of guys that actually don't like to.
I feel like I'm one of the better strikers.
I mean, he's definitely one of the better strikers, especially in the 145-pound division. So I'm really excited that he's got his big opportunity now to show the world.
Absolutely.
So 8 Points Muay Thai, represented by Michael the Boss Stevens, coming at you on December 13th on Ready TV. All over South and Central America. It's a huge network. This is going to be a very big deal. Make sure and tune in to XFC. Check out official XFCi8.com for all of the announcements of where to watch that. And of course, almost all their fights come to YouTube shortly after. But definitely do everything you can to check it out live. And check out 8pointsmuaythai.com for more information. Check out Michael the Boss Stevens on Facebook. Like his page. And watch out, because this is the next XFC featherweight champion.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Appreciate you doing this. Thank you.